Hi Cherries, it's Jessica here from A Cherry on Top, and today I'm using the October Cherry Box to make a fun tag mini album. For the October Cherry Box, we partnered with Doodlebug, so we have all of these really fun Halloween-inspired pages and embellishments that match perfectly with it. This kit includes 12 pages from the Candy Carnival collection. There's a lot of really fun bright colors, a lot of orange and purple, green, teal, and pink. There's also a lot of really cute images on here and perfect for any Halloween paper craft project. I started this project using the Sizzix bookbinding die, and what this does is speed along the process of typically you would have to make all of these score lines for the binding part and cut it all to size, but this is like a one step and then you're done. And now I am folding it up. So how this is supposed to look is there is a shorter piece and then two long pieces, and the two long pieces are what get folded together, and that's what makes the page. I also have some more close-up shots of this that will be posted on the Cherry blog along with this video, so if you want more of a visual, you can go there, and I'll have the link in the description below. The next step is to create a chipboard backing hardcover for this album, so I am using iCrafter tags and labels dies, and I'm using the biggest tag in that die group to make my album out of. So I used that to trace, and then I scrunched up my Sizzix Thinlits bookbinding die paper that I cut out to see how thick it would be, and it's about 1.5 inches. So I measured out 1.5 inches, and then for the other side I'm again tracing this tag die. I will have all of the products that I am using in the description below too, so you can see exactly what dies I'm talking about and what tag I'm using. So you have until September 25th to subscribe to receive this October Cherry Box. It's a great deal. We have a lot in here. You'll see some of the things that I'm using in this video, and then there's even more other than that. We decided to partner with Doodlebug for this Halloween-inspired box because they have such fun Halloween images, and it's such a cute line where we figured for Halloween it's not too spooky, but you can play that up if you want, or you can hit the more cutesy side of Halloween using this box. So I glued a piece of paper onto the back of this chipboard so I wouldn't have to cut out this same shape 3 times, one with the chipboard and then once with each paper that I'm using, but I could have glued both the front and the back to the chipboard, but I didn't do that because I'd already mapped it all out onto my chipboard. So I'd say if you're doing this, glue your pages on the front and the back of the chipboard and then draw out your stencil. That way you only have to cut this out once. I ended up cutting out twice, which wasn't too bad, but just to save you some time. So you can see the shape of the book starting to come together. Here's me cutting out my other side that I will be gluing on here, and you're also getting a glimpse of some of these really fun papers that are in here. So now I have both the front and the back side of this chipboard piece all covered. So this part is set and ready to add in the folded part that I made using the Sizzix die. I have made these little folded parts before. Actually, this is the first time that I've made one using the die. It did make it a lot faster, but you can do it just by scoring the piece of paper. I have also made these using wet glue before, but have found that using cherry tape is much simpler and you don't have to wait for dry time, and it makes it a lot easier. So I started with some smaller pieces to go across the strip just so it would stay in place better, and then I used some of the wider cherry tape to cover the majority of it. And now this piece is ready to stick into the cover that I made. And I will use the score tool just to get in between all of these areas, make sure that it has full contact and really stuck on there. Next, I'm showing a little tip that allows you to include more pages on here. So if you use this die just as is, you'll get 5 pages, but I found that if you cut each of these strips right in half, you can actually add 10. So you can double your pages and get a much fuller looking mini album. Now I will be die cutting each of the papers from this collection. I really wanted to make a mini album because all of these pages are so cute, and this way each page can go onto this album. So I ended up using all of the different papers from this collection to make each of these pages. So here are all of my different tag pages. A few of the pages I will be adding a front and a back. I am doing this just for the pages that have like the journaling cards. So if I cut it weird, then it'll get a front and a back. So you'll see me add some, so there's 2-sided pages. So this first page I'm adding here will be a 2-sided page, meaning like there's a front and a back, but most of the pages are just one single page that I stuck into the album. I've found, again, the cherry tape works really well for getting these pages in, and then there is no dry time. So for these I just added 1 strip of cherry tape along one of these little flaps and stuck the page right in. So you can see here how my book is starting to fill up. I'm just adding these pages one at a time, and then after I get all my pages in, it'll be time to decorate. So here's how it looks with all of my pages. It ended up with 10 pages because I cut those slips in half. One of my favorite items that's in this cherry box is this ribbon. All of these Halloween ribbons, the boutique trims. I think they're so fun, and really this is one of the items that made me want to create specifically a tag item, because I knew with tags you could have all of these ribbons popping out the top, and I just think that looks so fun. So now I'm using some of the embellishments that are also in the box and just playing around and sticking them here and there. I will go back and add some photos from this Halloween season and continue to work in here, but I wanted to use some of the items just to get going. And also these are so cute, I couldn't wait to just add them in here. In this box there's also some Braddies, so there's little spiders and little owls. Then there's also some Doodle Pops with really cute animal shapes. There's a bunch of candy and icon stickers, a lot of different stickers in here, and just makes it so fun. And I had a lot of fun adding some of these decorations in here. We also have rub-ons in here, which I thought were really fun and just added a different look to the page. So you just cut out the rub-on that you want to use and use your bone folder or score tool to rub it on. What's really fun with these rub-ons is they also show up on black, which I was testing out here. So there are a lot of possibilities with these. I also glued some of the ribbons onto the sides of the tags just to give the album a little bit more texture and have something coming out the sides of it. I'm excited to keep adding to this album throughout Halloween, and make sure you subscribe to get this October box. Thanks for watching.